The strength of the United States military is often regarded as one of the most important pillars of global security. For decades, U.S. forces have been deployed around the world to protect national interests, defend allies, ensure freedom of navigation, and maintain stability in regions threatened by conflict. Understanding how U.S. forces operate, the principles that guide their actions, and the role they play in modern warfare and peacekeeping is essential to appreciating why they are considered the most formidable fighting force on Earth. The story of U.S. forces is not just about weapons and technology, but also about discipline, professionalism, strategy, and the commitment to values that extend far beyond the battlefield. U.S. forces represent a combination of land, air, sea, space, and cyber capabilities, all of which are carefully coordinated under the Department of Defense, the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, and now the Space Force are distinct branches with specialized missions, yet they operate with a shared vision. Each branch contributes to an overall framework of readiness, ensuring the United States can respond quickly to any threat anywhere in the world. The Army provides the largest ground combat force, capable of securing territory and engaging in prolonged operations. The Navy ensures maritime superiority, projecting power across oceans and guaranteeing that global trade routes remain open. The Air Force dominates the skies, conducting both offensive and defensive missions, while also playing a major role in reconnaissance, transport, and strategic deterrence. The Marine Corps specializes in rapid response missions, amphibious assaults, and expeditionary warfare, often being the first on the ground during crises. The Space Force, the newest branch, protects America's vital assets in space, from satellites to communication systems, ensuring superiority in a domain that has become central to modern warfare. The effectiveness of U.S. forces is grounded in their ability to combine advanced technology with unmatched training. American service members undergo rigorous preparation, both physically and mentally, to ensure they can operate in the harshest environments. Training focuses not only on combat skills, but also on leadership, teamwork, and adaptability. U.S. military academies, such as West Point and the Air Force Academy, as well as specialized training schools, produce officers who combine academic excellence with practical military expertise. Beyond individual skills, large-scale exercises involving multiple branches simulate real-world conflicts, ensuring seamless cooperation during actual operations. Joint exercises with allied nations further expand this readiness, reinforcing the global partnerships that strengthen the credibility of U.S. forces. Technology is another defining feature of U.S. forces. The United States invests heavily in research and development, leading to innovations that change the nature of warfare. From stealth aircraft like the F-35 and B-2 bombers to aircraft carriers that serve as floating cities, U.S. forces leverage cutting-edge platforms to project power globally. Precision-guided munitions allow for surgical strikes that minimize collateral damage, while advanced drones provide intelligence and surveillance over vast areas without putting pilots at risk. The Navy's nuclear-powered submarines give the United States unmatched strategic deterrence, while missile defense systems such as Aegis and THAAD protect both American forces and allied nations from ballistic threats. In cyber warfare, the U.S. military has developed capabilities to both defend its networks and disrupt adversaries, recognizing that information dominance is as crucial as control of the seas and skies. Despite their immense firepower, U.S. forces emphasize more than just military might. Humanitarian assistance and disaster relief operations are an integral part of their mission. When earthquakes, hurricanes, or other natural disasters strike, American forces are often among the first to respond with medical aid, food, water, and logistical support. From delivering supplies after the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami to supporting recovery efforts after hurricanes in the Caribbean, the U.S. military demonstrates its ability to bring hope and stability to devastated regions. These missions highlight that American power is not only about defeating adversaries, but also about saving lives and supporting communities in crisis. The global reach of U.S. forces is another factor that sets them apart. Bases and deployments are spread across the world, from Europe and the Middle East to Asia and Africa. These forward positions ensure that the United States can project power rapidly and deter aggression before conflicts escalate. In Europe, American troops support NATO allies, ensuring collective defense under Article 5 of the NATO Treaty. In Asia, the presence of U.S. forces reassures partners like Japan, South Korea, and the Philippines, deterring adversaries from destabilizing the region. In the Middle East, U.S. forces have played a central role in counterterrorism operations, working with local partners to dismantle networks that threaten global security. This worldwide presence reflects a strategy of engagement rather than isolation, underscoring the role of the United States as both a protector and a partner. Another defining characteristic of U.S. forces is their adaptability. Over the decades, the nature of threats has evolved from traditional state-on-state warfare to asymmetric conflicts involving insurgents and non-state actors. U.S. forces have adjusted their doctrines and strategies accordingly. In Iraq and Afghanistan, they learned to combine combat operations with counterinsurgency efforts, emphasizing the importance of winning the support of local populations. In the realm of cyber and space, they have developed entirely new operational concepts to confront threats that did not exist in earlier eras. This flexibility ensures that American forces remain effective against both conventional and unconventional challenges. Deterrence is a central theme in how U.S. forces operate. By maintaining overwhelming capabilities, they discourage adversaries from initiating conflicts in the first place. The presence of U.S. aircraft carriers in a region, for example, can alter the calculations of potential aggressors, making them think twice before escalating tensions. Nuclear deterrence, anchored by the triad of land-based missiles, submarine-launched missiles, and strategic bombers, remains a cornerstone of national security, ensuring that no adversary can contemplate a nuclear strike without facing devastating retaliation. This deterrence posture contributes significantly to global stability, preventing major wars between great powers. Professionalism and ethical standards are another reason U.S. forces are respected worldwide. The military code of conduct emphasizes integrity, honor, and respect for human rights. Rules of engagement are carefully crafted to balance mission success with the protection of civilians, reflecting the values of a democratic society. American service members are not only trained to fight, but also to uphold the laws of armed conflict and international norms. This commitment to ethical behavior enhances the legitimacy of U.S. operations and strengthens trust with allies and partners. The role of U.S. forces in fostering international cooperation cannot be overstated. Through joint training exercises, peacekeeping support, and military-to-military exchanges, the United States builds bonds with nations across the world. Programs such as the International Military Education and Training Initiative bring foreign officers to U.S. institutions, creating a network of leaders who share professional values and experiences. These relationships pay dividends during multinational operations, where trust and interoperability are essential for success. Looking ahead, U.S. forces continue to modernize to meet the challenges of the 21st century. Investments in artificial intelligence, hypersonic weapons, unmanned systems, and next-generation missile defenses are reshaping the battlefield of tomorrow. The focus is not only on technology but also on developing new strategies to operate in contested environments. Great power competition, especially in the Indo-Pacific, requires innovative approaches to ensure freedom of navigation and deterrence of aggression. The United States recognizes that its forces must remain not only powerful, but also agile, resilient, and capable of operating across multiple domains simultaneously. The sacrifices of U.S. service members are at the heart of this story. Behind every aircraft, ship, and tank are men and women who dedicate their lives to serving their country. They endure long deployments away from families, face dangers in combat zones, and carry the burden of defending freedom. The resilience of military families, who support their loved ones through these challenges, is also a critical part of the U.S. military's strength. Their commitment ensures that the nation can rely on a force that is not only well-equipped, but also deeply motivated by a sense of duty. The image of U.S. forces in action is one of power, discipline, and purpose. Whether conducting combat operations, deterring aggression, or delivering humanitarian aid, they embody the principles of readiness, adaptability, and global leadership. Their actions reflect a balance between strength and compassion, demonstrating that military power can be used not only to fight wars, but also to preserve peace and save lives. This dual role warrior and humanitarian underscores why the United States military is regarded as a force for stability in an uncertain world. In conclusion, forces represent the pinnacle of military capability. blending advanced technology, professional training, ethical standards, and global reach. They are more than just a national defense force. They are a key pillar of international stability, a partner to allies, a deterrent to adversaries, and a source of hope during crises. Their history is one of resilience and innovation, and their future is one of continued adaptation to meet emerging threats. As long as challenges exist in the world, U.S. forces will stand ready to confront them, ensuring security not only for the United States, but for the international community as a whole.